at my face. I like just seriously cannot. Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning. Every time we pod, I do this thing where I check with my stylist, with my Stay Rooted stylist, who is also me. And and there's always like this lull between like you saying you're going down the stairs and you actually getting down the stairs, which like
That's just me walking, Lauren.
I'm not going to be an ableist and go off on that, but so I have a few extra minutes, and I know that. I've worked it into my life. I worked it into my procrastination. Sometimes I'm like, I can do my notes then. I can do my notes.
You're like, it's going to take Steph 10 minutes to get downstairs.
That sounds so mean, but it's true.
It's true.
So what I do as of lately is I go on because I am a capsule wardrobe gal, capsule wardrobe cutie. Like I
just
only
say
have,
I
and they're
like
not
comfort
nice items. So they're not nice items. Like it's not Banana Republic. Like I'm not Meryl Streep.
No,
This is
it's not like a cashmere, cream sweater that I've had since, forever. It's not.
Oh, I've had it since forever, but it's like a Miley Cyrus, bangers tour shirt.
I was gonna say.
And that's like one of my staple items, but I also have like,
capsule wardrobe. Timeless.
I also have like a Cape Cod sweatshirt that I rotate in a lot. So,
of course, because you're a New England girl.
So one of the things I've been doing a latte is that I check before you make it down if the outfit I'm wearing is something I wore like the last time we recorded.
Just the last time.
Let's face it, hair and makeup around here is ghetto. Okay.
Listen.
I didn't even know that I looked like a dead corpse until I got down and we started looking at ourselves.
I literally have snowflakes on my lips. I'll be right back.
I was like, there is no color in my lip. I once had the people that like put the colors on you.
Oh yeah, I would love to have someone put the colors on me. I don't think I'm strong enough to be told that I don't look good in green right now because it's the only color I buy. But I'm curious.
If there is a Rudy out there that puts the colors on us, we would be so gracious to have your services after Christmas. I can only deal with it after Christmas.
Yeah, it cannot be now in the budget. But take this face and tell me what color I should be wearing. And tell me it's one I've already been buying.
So I once had a woman with the swatches, and granted, she was following me like in a mall setting. So she's she's not your most sought after.
Was it of recent?
It was probably like, I feel like Alaska was already refusing to sit in the car thing, so it had to have been recent-ish.
Okay.
There's that time where your kids love the car at the malls, and then there's this pivotal moment where they're like, "Fuck you, that is entrapment. I will walk," and we have started facing that. But I feel like she was still sitting in the car, and she comes up to me and she's like, your lip color, you could really go either way. And I was like, whoa.
Don't bring my lips into this. I didn't even put chapstick on them today.
I didn't even know what she really meant, I knew she had color swatches, but I was like, that's a really gay thing to say to me. And then Hillary Duff came out and she was like, don't say that.
Don't say that.
And I didn't really know what she meant, but she was saying that my lip color is like cool tones and then there's warm tones, and I was like, ma'am, I feel as though it looks like I always just have like a layer of gook on them.
Yeah, like I can always. Well, I like when it comes to
making this sound romantic.
My self-care isn't something to brag about, but one thing that I do always keep in mind is lip care. For whatever reason, that's where I land. So like at any given time, I have at least 5 different. Like, I have a lip scrub, I have a chapstick, I have a gloss, I have a plumper. Like, that is the one thing that I'm like, I might roll out smelling like garbage, but my lips will be moisturized. And this lately has been my go-to.
What is that?
This is Starface.
It honestly looks like a giant collace. Like it looks
Look at her.
It's like a giant stool softener capsule.
It
with
is
green font on
and
it.
It smells delicious. It's soft.
It's cute.
I love
how chapstick now is like these giant, like we used to have small, slender chapstick. Then we tried to have it shaped as an egg. We've talked about that. That was a bad time in evolution.
And every once in a while, I'm like, why did I
expose all the chapstick, you know? But now they like do these big ones. But I am a very forgetful girly that like I will care. Thank goodness. Thank the like European, I don't know, Mediterranean gods that my skin is oily, you know, because I could never remember.
Just take a little from here and just.
I just add a little olive oil.
I just run my fingers through my hair and I just gorgeous.
Do. But because I don't have a lot of tips, you know, but I always bring a chapstick everywhere. The problem is I have ADHD. I forget a chapstick everywhere.
Leave it somewhere.
We were just at the hospital. Like, you're welcome, Boston Children's Hospital. I probably left nearly $30 in chapstick somewhere in that room. You're welcome, everyone. You won't even use it, so you're welcome, trash. But so I luckily have a daughter who's just started like kind of caring about,
and we're
like,
just
skincare
always
and
using their leftovers.
Look at, I found this one. It's not mine. Cute. I'm getting my nails done. Don't judge me. But yeah, I don't know. It's
what does
a llama.
It smell like?
green apple llamas. This is from Tao in Chinatown, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know how much you paid for it, but I love it.
Girlies.
And coming back to the root of my story, there was a point to all of this, is that I go on and I say, have I worn this recently? And the thing about this outfit is that it's an outfit.
Oh yeah, it's a full set. Don't show off your mobility. You've already brought up how long it takes for me to get down the stairs. Are you fucking kidding me? Slow down.
I'm literally just gonna hold whatever the fuck that is for the entire show.
It's gonna be in a bridge the whole pod.
I'd be like, what'd you say,
I can do that. No, I can do that.
See, there's that fucking wacko spirit. You're literally gonna tip your whole. She's like, I can get my leg higher. It's not a competition unless you want it to be, and I.
Always with me. You know I love a friendly competition.
So this is a set, and I love like I don't even know what a set has done to America. You know, it's brought us together. It's gentrified.
We're babies again. Think about it. We're just a baby.
We're literally
matches.
We're like babies and thugs and like, you know, middle-aged preppy white women all at the same time.
Everyone that had it figured out. And Steve Jobs and my husband.
You walk into a corner store in a matching sweatsuit. They don't know if you're a baby or a gang lord, you know?
Yeah, they know nothing. And that's the way I want to live.
Or just a nice lady from uptown, you know?
Well, it's quiet uptown. But it's funny because me and Nora literally last night, so one thing I didn't say on our last episode because I was trying to keep it on the down low, because I have niece and nephews of they're fucking teenagers. So, like, they could listen to this podcast. They can track my location. Like, there's no privacy in this world anymore. So I had to withhold that me and Nora on my farewell a la mobility tour are going to Florida impulsively for the weekend. And we are surprising my nephew just turned 18. So we are going to go for the first time and be at his birthday party and be there and spend the weekend with them. But last night, me and Nora, you know, we're always looking for a reason to go to a store to make a purchase. And I was like, you know what would be amazing for us? And she was like, say less. And I was like, what if we got travel outfits? Like, we have clothes, but like, what if we got, you know, the travel outfits?
You guys are Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie.
Literally. We go yesterday to Target, and obviously first we start with her section. And you know how Target has that, like, they have the athleisure figured out for like the 6 to 13-year-olds.
Oh yeah, and they like keep reeling it in for some reason. We're like, that was good enough, but now you have them dressed like little Xenon characters to board a plane.
Well, that was the whole thing. Nora found like these green, you know, textured leggings with an oversized crop sweatshirt, and she was vibes.
I never went anywhere that beautiful that yet. am. You know, like I
not
was
even
wearing
to my wedding.
limited 2 sweatpants rolled one too many times up my butt.
Exactly. A cargo pant with pockets on the heels. And I go over to, my section, which for a 30-something-year-old, reasonably, forward moving girly, like I don't hide from a trend. I'll look at it and see if I like it and if it will fit into my wardrobe. As a 30-something-year-old woman, I will admit that I get torn between like Target ladies, or like Target girlies when you walk in and it's like they have all the tags on the tank top so the college kids don't steal them.
Isn't that? Yeah, they're like the $5 tank top has a sensor
Literally a
on it.
$7 tank top, and the sensor costs more than that.
Yeah, and you're like, it's gonna make a bigger hole in the shirt than the shirt is.
Yeah, we know this material can't take it.
I feel very similar. It's funny because how poetic that our child's clothing is right in the middle. I don't know. I feel like
right in the middle.
Most are laid out. I've been to many a Targets. I've been to
I don't
multi-level
respect
Targets.
a Target that's not laid out as mine. Whenever I go to an out-of-town Target and they do it backwards, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Whenever I go to, so I feel like the coolest places have Targets with escalators in them, right?
But then I feel like
I hate them. I hate them. At the same time, I'm like, I'm rural. I'm so rural.
I'm like, I need to pull one out of the mulch. I'm pulling a carriage out of the mulch, and I will put it back in the mulch because they don't have carriage returns around the side of the building where I park.
You're like, I don't even understand where you'd keep a carriage in this place, And how the fuck
earth,
do I get it on the escalator?
Yeah, I don't want to figure that out.
You're watching a young girl get the escalator wheels. Like if you've ever been to a Kroger and they put the escalator, I don't know if they still do that with the carriages that you could go up the escalator in.
I don't want
to, but you'll be in the South. You'll be in the South soon, so you'll probably have an escalator carriage near you.
I'm just a small town girl.
I know. I do feel though that I dress for comfort, but I also dress, for the gaze of
cool girls.
That are just like, hey, awesome outfit.
It's never been
cool
about
earrings.
the male gaze here. It's never been about the male gaze. It's about the cool girly gaze.
One thing that can lose the male gaze is dressing like a 9-month-old,
Amen. Amen.
So you're like, I'm not going to rock one of those weird binkies, from the arcade near you in the 90s, but I am going to wear a onesie. So what did you land on?
Did you?
I feel as though I am the front of the store garbage girl, and I might steal the tank top on accident. You know me.
Yeah, yes, and it happens to all of us.
So put a sensor on it because it's underneath my toddler.
Well, when I leave, I'm like, you should make sure I didn't accidentally steal something. I'm distracted.
I'm like, this is on you, Target. Like, I have so much going on.
You want to videotape me? Then check.
It's literally me. It's like me voice memoing stuff, scanning my items, and wrangling my children.
Grabbing beef jerky off the shelf. Like, it's just a lot. So I go in and I wanted to feel like Nora. I wanted to feel gorgeous. I wanted to feel like Paris or Nicole, whichever one she'd let me be. And the thing was, like, it wasn't the same energy over there. Like, they had options, but like, it was just like, I couldn't find something that was like, that's for me. Like they had in Nora's section, like, oh, you like green? Well, here's this style pant and this style pant and this style sweatshirt. So I ended up getting like these comfy, like baggy sweatpants because when I'm on an airplane, like I'm having anxiety. So I need to be I don't want to feel a waistband around my stomach. That's something that causes me mass anxiety. So I need it to be as loose as possible so that I can move within the pants. And I have recently gotten this like really cute cream colored cropped like sweatshirt from there. So I was like, you know what? I'll be Trash Panda. I'll reuse my new old sweatshirt, pair it with the sweatpants. And again, when I get to Florida and surprise my little niece and nephew, my only hope is that Jaden looks at me and is like, slay. That's my only hope. Like if she says something face card, like I'm like, that was that.
I was gonna say, every time I get any feedback on what Jaden said about me, I usually lean towards that that layer of my personality.
My head held high. I'll carry my head held high.
Like she thought that was cool. More that.
More that. Don't tell her. So that's where I'm at. So I'm taking a plane ride this evening. I've not packed a damn thing because, again, we are not our mothers. I have not had this suitcase packed for 2 weeks. I have not had this trip booked for 2 weeks, probably. Yeah. So I'm just, after we record this, I'm just going to throw all of my things into a basket like a little raccoon, tie it up.
Fun. You can almost pretend you're running away. You can pretend.
Well, that's the whole bit. I'm like, catch
Honestly,
me.
I was going to say, from like a safe... From a safe place, everyone. What could be funner?
Exactly. Like I'm like doing a bit.
I'm not
like
here to judge you. I'm not here to judge you or make light if you actually run away, you know. And if you do actually run away, tell one safe person that knows you're not dead.
Something to you the other day. I don't remember what it was, but it was like I'm either gonna do this crash out or this, breakdown. And you were like, I support both. And like normalize supporting your friend in their crash out, because sometimes we don't want, and I think you can probably relate to this right now, sometimes you don't want the silver lining. Sometimes you don't want people to be like, it's gonna get better.
Well, that's
no fucking kidding. No fucking kidding. But also it didn't.
I hope it doesn't get worse.
And you're like, you want to take that promise onto me? Do you want me to say, like, they said it would get better, you know? And I'm on my third knee surgery.
Normalize walking around and saying it might get worse.
It could get worse.
No, but it is true. It's just it's not what you want to hear from everybody. And then everybody's always like, you're so strong. And you're like, fuck that. Like, I just want to be the manic, weak link. You know, I want to be Brittany.
I want to be strong.
I want to be bald Brittany with an umbrella once in a while. You know,
exactly.
I have to rise from my ashes, you know, like I can't just be the phoenix the whole time, you know, I gotta burn out once in a while.
Exactly.
And I feel as though you are doing it in a beautiful and graceful sort of way.
Thank you.
But we are both doing a simultaneous, like, I don't know, we're burning down together, so there's nobody in the lifeboat.
Again, this is not ideal. This is not ideal for Lauren and I to be so down at the same time.
A lifeboat like this, in like a film, you know, in a feature film, we'd be eating each other's legs off
it has
no
a hole
time.
in it. We resorted to eating our horses. I've been listening to a lot of Hamilton lately.
Honestly, that was probably the first... That was the first straw, you know? It wasn't the last, but it was the first.
No,
where I got you as angsty as Lafayette.
Literally. So we've been going through phases with the songs because there's so many. Like,
so many layers.
There's so many fucking songs and so many layers. And, you know, when we started, Nora, and she still is, she's a big Skylar sister girly. But now she's in it now she lives in Hamilton, so she's like in the car today, she's like, we gotta listen to the 10 dual commandments. And I'm like,
yeah, you're like, that's the vibe
number
for this moment.
And it's so good. But honestly, quickly, while we're talking about music, I had to wear my capsule piece, which is my MGK a la Tickets to My Downfalls t-shirt.
I feel like you haven't worn that one to record before, have you?
I haven't worn this to record before because it says the word gun on it.
I just skimmed through all of our outfits.
So when you look at the top and it says machine gun, you know, if you don't know, you're like, oh my God, where does she stand? You know, where does her beliefs lie? And it's with this blonde...
in the new ballroom.
It is not in the new ballroom. It's with this blonde angel-faced baby boy right here, this sweetie little pie. And
we haven't even given him a role for New England, but he'll get one. Oh my God.
I mean, I wish this said something really inappropriate. It'll come. All
right. It'll be altered and edited.
So
before it comes to you.
I felt it was important to wear this today because we've said before, Tickets to My Downfall, chef's kiss of an album. If you grew up an angsty little punk rock loving girly like us, like, you should have already listened to this album. And it's the 5-year anniversary. So much like my friendship with Lauren, I heavily attached to this album because it came out during a very like heavy time, you know? And
Yeah.
it felt right and it felt good. And I just love that album so
Travis
much.
was there.
Travis, both of our other husbands were there. So it was beautiful for us. And so he is this week every morning at like 9:45. He's so silly, like with his little games. Every morning at like 9:45, he's throwing out a new song, like an unreleased, like
Is
a
this
freaking
Eastern
Taylor Swift
Standard? Is
vault
this
track.
Eastern Standard Time?
Eastern Standard Time. 5 new songs unreleased from the album.
Every day.
Yes. So 2 have come out so far. 1 is coming out in 3 minutes.
She just
And
dropped
I'm
off the
here to
pod.
say I'm a fan. Bring back angsty MGK. He's had 2 songs come out so far.
I like that whole vibe too, because that honestly reminds me of when we were young. When we were young.
Exactly.
And we would like wait for a video to come out. You'd wait
premiere.
for the song. You'd wait for the song to come out via video premiere
You're
on
gonna
MTV.
love it. You're gonna love it. There's only 2 out so far. One of them is called No Cell Phones in Rehab, which was a vibe. The second one is called Home Bittersweet Home, and I assume you'll listen to it with your Kenneth at some point. And I think he's gonna like this one because it says something to the effect of like, my heroes are dead. How punk rock is that? My parents are dead. How punk rock? I'm like, Kenny, have you been in other studios?
Have you been with our boyfriend? Get away from him. No, honestly, me and Kenny have this joke. Me and Kenny have this joke that like every time MGK puts out like this heartfelt song and it's just like the saddest lyrics you've ever heard, I'm like, are you his ghostwriter, Kenny? Are you?
Oh my God. Yeah, so
like, just admit it to me if you know MGK. If you don't know MGK, blink, because sometimes
and if you
the
do,
lyrics,
how dare you?
And
how
also,
dare
I feel
you?
like MGK has this way of coming in on songs that's very like spoken word. So like the first verse you always like really hear and feel, and whenever we listen it together, I'm like,
is he in the room with us? Where were you?
Like, are you 2 smoking cigarettes again?
I can't.
MGK never stopped, but
he never stopped, and it's so hot with his little painted nails.
This leads me right into something else. Okay, it's not really on the topic of this, but it is, because this brings back like TRL and MTV and like how we used to digest content.
Breaking news, no?
Breaking news. So we used to digest content from a television that would take breaks, and you didn't get to watch 4 seconds of the break and then a little skip button appeared right here, you know, and then my children are like little robots. Okay, they have learned to anticipate the skip button. Skip. If there is no skip, if it is like Peacock, not premium, I don't know, I'm not paying anymore.
Where they give you 90 seconds, which like,
whether you like it or not,
have some damn respect, like with what we went through.
My kids flip their shit. Like, it's a me problem. And I come to say something unpopular. I think that the way that our kids take in content, they are not going to be ADHD messes like us. Because I remember having 120 seconds, right? Bill Cosby, Bob Cosby.
You have 120 seconds.
Like, remember Bill Cosby would come on and he'd be getting that Jell-O money and he'd be like, eat the Jell-O, you know? And you'd be like,
not Bill Cosby. I think he lost his money.
You'd be like, you would know how long, I think that we're calling him Bob Cosby now. You would think that I knew exactly. I was like, I think this one's like 149 seconds.
You knew.
I would go do something. I would go.
You've seen it before.
Make a Pop-Tart.
Get a snack.
Get
go
a
to the bathroom.
Yeah. Our kids now. So now I would have all of these commercial side quests going on, right? I'd have my Nintendo.
It was a game
DS
show intermittently between the programs.
Now these kids are locked in. I feel like they're really going to stay on task because they can't even breathe for the 8 seconds that they have to hear about solar panels.
They never would have survived in our day.
You're like, skip. And I mean, my daughter is post-operative, so come with your pitchforks and your torches and maybe your advice. But
no.
You can bring all 3. I don't even care.
Please.
But with that, I have been giving her just like an unrecommended amount of screen time.
No, and you have to. You have to
She is
survive these
active.
times.
She
And she
is
can
so
only have soft
active.
foods. So, like, you gotta pick your battles. This morning,
it's
Lauren
just
and
so
I
funny.
texted each other, and I was like, she was like, "Did you ever get Lukey's pants on?" And I was like, "Barely." And I sent a picture of my son at 8:30 in the morning with pants on, thank God, and a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos. And I'm like, the battle, was won, but we lost the war. And she's just responds with like, and Alaska's eating a fudgicle, and it was just like,
8 a.m.
as moms, like, and especially like the more you're a mom, that's why it becomes less easy to judge other mothers, because you're like, girl, do what you gotta do. Like,
that's
do
the whole
what
thing.
you need to do.
Where some days we're thriving and others we're surviving. And like right now, it's just about like Alaska taking in food. And like
Exactly.
in that moment,
and not
for
ripping
Lukey,
open her throat. And
it was
Lukey, it was
putting
pants.
on pants to go to school. They like when you wear pants at school. It's unpopular.
He was so ridiculous. And the problem now with Lukey is that he is becoming a long boy. Like, he just has these arms and these legs, and he's all woozy. He's not a little bebe anymore. So, like, when I'm trying to put his pants on, if he doesn't want those pants on, guess what?
Those noodle legs are out.
Those legs are like you put one leg in and he's like, ka-cha! And then you put the other leg in and he's like, ka-cha! And he's laughing, and Nora's filming me, and it's just like this whole bit. I was in a drip sweat, and it took me probably 18 minutes to get pants on that child.
Yeah, and you're like, here's your Doritos.
And
Get
here's your
here.
fucking Doritos. So if my kid rolls up to school drop-off at 8:45 in the morning with a little Cool Ranch dust on his face, wipe it off and mind your business.
Who's to say she missed it last night,
Yeah.
It was from dinner.
Who's to say that's new, okay?
Who's to say the dripping fudgicle down my daughter's cheek is new?
100%.
It is true. Like, you can't judge anyone, and it's just
God,
it's
no.
so hard out here. And I just told my mom on the phone, I'm like, I think in pickup orders this week I've spent $7,000. Like, I feel like
minimum.
And if you've had a child that is like either picky or has like food aversions or is going through like a post-op where the food is limited to a certain texture, fuck that. Honestly, the whole thing. But I keep trying to find like one thing she likes, and right now it's fudgicles. So I was like, fuck it, I'm buying fudgicles. Me and my husband were like, you know what, we're going to buy the popsicles that are on the side of that sketchy truck, outside their school. That's what I'm going to buy. I'm sick of buying this real fruit Jolly Pop. This is not an advertisement for Jolly Pop. Your packaging, 10 out of 10. Your prices, a little ridiculous.
A little ridiculous for frozen berry juice.
Yeah, but my kids hate it. You know what they like? Scribblers all the time. Every
a good
day.
old-fashioned rocket pop, whatever those are called.
Yeah, so my freezer looks absolutely irresponsible right now. Like, I don't even think there is a vegetable in it. It is just various mixed red 40 and fudgicles. And you know what? Like I said, once again, come to my house, but bring advice.
Yeah.
Bring an angry mob of advice.
You want to fix this problem, come with a solution. And obviously my kids aren't post-op right now, but I have a very, very specific eater with Lukey, and he's a guy that is always hungry for a snack, and he's very specific texturally, and it's like you find one thing that he loves and then you buy a lot of it, a BJ size amount of it, and he hates it.
Well, and that's why I said this isn't an isolated problem.
This is not an isolated problem.
And that's what I tell myself in the mirror of my stainless steel fridge. I say, this isn't a you problem, Lauren. You're not alone. Everybody's
I am inimitable. I am an original.
Like, I'm young, scrappy, and hungry.
It all comes back to Hamilton. You were so right on that.
I told you. I said, your existence, you are Alexander Hamilton.
I am.
And you're Aaron Burr. You are every colonial man.
I am. You know what? One of my favorite TikTok trends is because now that we both love Hamilton. Our algorithm is stupid. Sometimes I have to scroll through a few of them just because I'm like, I love you, but we need to see something else. Like we need variety.
Because there's a certain like we keep this like healthy ecosystem of our algorithm because we try to stay really general and kind of just take in all of the different content. That way we can have strong opinions about it. That's our whole thing.
Exactly. Well-rounded is what we call it.
Cultured. Okay.
Cultured.
Is what we call it. But once we get on the same freaking hyperfixation, all bets
it's
are
the trouble.
off.
But
all bets are off.
my favorite trend right now, so they'll do like one of the Hamilton songs, you know, and the men in Hamilton are handsome, you know, they're cool, they have swag, like you're like, oh, you know, John Lawrence is hot, Lafayette is hot, like whatever. And there's, what's the song? I think it's Winter's Ball, when they're like, with the ladies, there's that one where they're like all talking about like getting all of the women and everything, and it's that song over like the actual pictures of like John Lawrence and Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton, and it's like you cannot tell me
about Lawrence.
I'm like, I know this is as historically accurate as it can be with telling a story, but you cannot tell me that Aaron Burr's poor daughter had his eyes, poor Theodosia.
You can't for a second tell me.
Yeah.
And you can't for a second tell me that John Lawrence has to be a baby. Why does he have to be a baby? He's so
fun part with Nora. Like, so now she's so into it that when we're listening to the song, she'll be like, what's happening again here? Like, why does he think George Washington wants to be his dad? And I'm like, well, he has daddy issues. You know, he's an orphan. And we go through it. And she's like, but is this before he becomes a baby? And it's just like this whole thing that I was so in on.
I was thinking about something great the other day. Something good happened to me, and I thought if I marry John Lawrence,
it's either gonna be Lafayette or MPK for me. Lawrence.
So if you are
picture dear Theodosia. Ready?
Wait, hold him up. I can only see his dick for it. Is that actual John Lawrence?
Oh, this is Aaron Burr, sir. Poor Theodosia.
Those are beady ass colonial man eyes. You forget.
Those are colonial man eyes.
You forget what Lin-Manuel, the mirage that Lin-Manuel created for this story to be tangible.
It's a lot. It's a lot, but we're living in it and we're hyperfixating in it because
you're getting on a plane.
I'm getting on a plane and I might not come back.
Which honestly, good for you. Well, bring your microphone.
It's like, and I'll touch on this and like we'll get more into it as we get closer, and we're already so close. But, you know, last episode, we were kind of crawling out of Lauren Lawrence's experience with Lasky and the surgery, and that's been something that you've been kind of counting down to for a while. Like that's been something that you've known is coming, and
hanging
you had
over
to get
my
through
head.
it, hanging over your head, and now you're in the recovery, and obviously it's not the smoothest, but you're at least past the hill of getting the tonsils out of her.
So today is a week, and I don't know if you can hear the ASMR of her running back and forth, but I'm sure we'll all pay for that later.
That's fine.
Because it's a daytime record, everyone. So if you hear things falling upstairs, it's probably because they are.
They are.
And yeah, as we're a week in, me and my husband keep saying like we're a week in, you know,
one more week.
And for some reason we have and I'm like, as a like reasonable, you know, healthcare professional, I'm like, you can't put a timestamp on recovery, but right now we are. We have
Don't
to.
I know it? Don't I know it? So as you're a week out.
So I was going to say, as I come on my second week out, I know it brings you a closer.
It brings me a closer to my surgery, which I think I've like skimmed past, but I haven't really, you know, brought it fully to the Rudies.
I think we told the Rudies that we had a witch stick party because you were losing your leg. That's what they know so far.
So that's the long and short of it. But now, as of yesterday, which obviously this is going to come out in a few days. So say your thoughts and prayers for me.
Because Not right now with all of that. Let's not put a real timestamp on this episode, you know.
No, it is. No, it is. And I'm in this spiral right now because if you've been a Rudy for more than just today, then you probably know that I had like a major knee surgery last year where I decided to fall.
We were rock climbing in Hawaii.
I was rock climbing in Hawaii, and I fell down, and my leg snapped out so fast that my ACL came off with the bone, and I fractured my knee, and that's been a really fun time for everybody.
I was at a dance recital. I left Hawaii.
And you were at a dance recital. My one medical friend gone.
Just get a picture of an ambulance from her husband or from somebody in her family.
And I went, and it was horrible, and it's been horrible, and I have not.
It's been horrible. It's been funny. It's been we've grown from it. You've persisted. I feel like.
Well, I have to. It's like when people tell you you're strong, Lauren. You're like, what do you want me to do? Sit down?
Well, I have a badge reel, okay?
You're so annoying.
I have a badge reel quote, a verse from the badge reels.
Just say it.
Okay? And it says, "The horrors persist, but so do I." And I feel that's
I am my own horror, and I do persist through the horrors.
Yes,
you know?
and you've
because I want to.
I know you don't want to, but you've grown so much as a human being because of it and through it.
Thank you.
And I'm trying to, at the same time where you're trying to make it that you are very sad, obviously, and very in your head, but very at peace with it. I feel as though it needs to be highlighted that you are in such a better place than that crazy lady in the ambulance.
I guess.
Trying to record a podcast.
I guess. There is this mental thing of when you have a traumatic injury, you have to have surgery, right? You have to have surgery. Your joint
crazy
exploding.
Though. You were like texting. You were like, I don't know how this is gonna go. We're like, we know. Like they just gave you Dilaudid.
I honestly, one hell of a drug.
Know how it's gonna
one
go.
hell of a drug.
We're not advertising it.
Yeah, but I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Like, what do you think about the next week? I'm like, I think right now you're in a medicated-induced haze. But now I feel as though you are so
ride or die bitch.
You are, but you're a ride or die bitch now with a plan. And what growth comes with that. But obviously there are the primal facts of what you have to go through, which is so different than you continuing to orchestrate your life. Because we all know, like we said, there's this part where everybody's like, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I'm so sorry you have to get surgery again. Like, I can't, you know, like all of the things
that people... You're going to learn to walk for a third time in your life?
You're so good at that. You know, like,
you know anybody
but
like, in your immediate family that's learned to walk 3 times. Like,
and if you do, we'd love to hear the story because it's probably
I'd love to talk to them. And it's just,
but I feel as though they're not the ones that are going to be laying in the hospital bed with Snoop Dogg braids that I give them.
You better.
You know, like
you better.
Not. And for that, I really feel like I encourage you to keep doing and keep keeping on because
so what, you want me to come back from Florida?
Really saying all this, Rudy, is because I just really want Steph to come back from Florida.
It's so
I know
daunting.
She's not going to bring her microphone because she's only bringing a carry-on. Nobody's going to... No, they might let that on a plane now. I don't know.
She's a mysterious girl. Is she coming back? We don't know.
You better come back, and you're going to come back, and you're going to come back. You know, like, and you're going to come back from all of this because you did already. Look at you. You got glasses in the same hair color as me.
It's a lot. It's a fucking lot. And I'm just trying to cope with the fact that in less than 2 weeks, I'm having a major knee surgery. So, yes, we're recording while Alaska is running around above Lauren's head because this podcast is just so important to us. And obviously, it's hard to say how it's going to go when we go through these things, through our kids having surgeries, through us having surgeries. Like, we don't know exactly how it pans out, which is why, like, will you see 2 episodes a week? Maybe not. But we're just doing our fucking best, and we're just getting through life. And I keep trying to, like, propel myself forward, but it's a really, really hard time right now to do that. So, like, I don't know. I'm trudging.
And I found my tiny microphone. So if you guys want me to interview post-operative Stephani.
Oh my
with
God.
a tiny microphone, we could probably have that arranged as long as I'm not clocked in.
Now you have to. I swear to God.
We have to check on the legality of it. We might have to wait till she's home, but
Pit me out.
But I found my tiny microphone, so you will have content. And like I said, Stephani is a strong ass little witch. You know, if you've seen the content of her in the woods in her clogs, don't blame me. I told her not to do that.
They were letting me live. They were letting me live. They were like, she already has surgery coming.
I also know that you're going to learn to walk a third time. I know you're going to come back from Florida. And I know you're going to want to record way too soon. It's going to be, you're still going to have a hospital bracelet on, and I'm going to be in your living room. And for some reason, you're going to make it about wanting to be in person. I already have my crystal ball out. You're going to be like, I just want to see you.
Why you bring me here?
So for that, I look forward, like I looked forward to being on the other side of Alaska's whole thing. Like, you don't look forward to your child getting surgery. You don't, like, figure out the post-op thing of it, but you do, you know, because
eventually you have to.
Well, because it's so many unknown factors. You don't know you don't know if you're going to have, like, some type of alternate outcome, you know, like, you don't know if things could be easier, things could be harder. So like, you don't want to plan for either direction because you don't want to set yourself up.
I don't want to be disappointed.
Exactly.
I don't want to be disappointed.
But the second that I was on that other end of things, like the second that we had the outcome that was told to us and things were going smoothly, then I felt like I could start planning again. I don't remember what the fuck I'm planning for because it's too far out at this point. But I know
it's too much.
So if I had plans with you from the end of October to the middle of November, please send them to me because I forgot.
I'm just a baby.
Just a baby. And can you do the same thing for Stephani?
She's literally
for
just
December
a baby.
to January. Because I bet you once you are on the other side of this, you will not have a new outlook because fuck that. It's painful. It's shitty. You know, like,
yeah, it's going to get worse before it gets better.
But you will have a new perspective that you'll be able to build from. So I'm looking forward to that.
And a new ACL. Oh.
How's your Nana?
She's so silly about that. She loves her joke.
She wants to be your co-host so bad. I'm like, get out of here, Nana.
Next time we record, it's just me on a mini mic with a palm tree behind me.
I'm like, stop fucking moving. You're fucking up the green screen.
If you like pina coladas, that's me. But yeah.
I hope that everybody has a good Halloween or whatever. You know, like, this wasn't
Bionica to those who celebrate.
This wasn't, like I told you, America is the haunted house. Okay, so this.
And Spooky Susan ends when we say it does.
Yeah,
which is
and
never.
I don't need anything more scaring me right now. I am terrified. So
send us something silly. Send us something funny. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you eventually.
Bye.
Bye.